I've seen this question a lot. Will I live long enough to benefit from anti-aging therapies? Not the sci-fi ones, but the real treatments that actually address the biology of aging. The myth is that aging breakthroughs are centuries away, that nothing meaningful will arrive for anyone alive today. But if you look at clinical pipelines instead of headlines, the actual picture is very different. Let's look at what's here already. Several drugs that target aging pathways, not individual or single diseases, are already in human trials. Metformin, GLP-1 agonists, rapamycin analogs, senolytics. These aren't immortality pills. They're aimed at frailty and biological resilience, the real levers of healthspan. And then add to this nutrition trials that already showed over 2 years a reduction or slowing in biological age. And multiple studies now track epigenetic clocks, shrinking the trial timelines from decades to years. So overall, the field is accelerating. So what are the realistic timelines? In aging science, the lag from strong animal science or data to meaningful human therapies is about 10 to 20 years. Interventions discovered in mice between 2010 and 2015 are just now entering meaningful human testing. Most geroscience researchers believe that the first approved healthspan drugs will arrive in the 2030s, not in multiple decades in the future. So here's the reality of your age. If you're under 50 right now, the odds that you'll overlap with at least one generation of healthspan drug or therapy is pretty high. Even without any breakthroughs, someone in their 30s in a high-income country has a decently high probability of getting into their 90s. Extreme age, so 90s to 100, are no longer that rare. Biodemographic researchers argue that for younger cohorts, very long life is a probable destiny, assuming you avoid preventable early causes of death. And this is why it's crucial to focus on the real movers in lifestyle, not just fads that come up every now and again. In other words, your job is to stay alive and stay healthy for long enough for therapy waves to have an impact on your life. Longevity, escape velocity, in other words, adding a year of life for every year that passes is far away. Global life expectancy currently increases about 2 to 3 years per decade, not per year. We're quite far away from that point. So the right question is, will we achieve immortality or will we encounter longevity, escape velocity? It's, will therapies add 5 to 15 healthy years to our lives? For most under 50, the probability is very high. For those above, you're within the window of potentially encountering the first generation of geroprotectors, not sci-fi, but something that still has a meaningful impact on life. Having said that, there are plenty of people in their 60s and 70s that, in terms of performance, outshine people in their 20s and 30s now. So that should be saying something in terms of where you should be placing your focus. Think of longevity as, in a way, buying time. Every healthy year you have now increases your probability of encountering something that has a meaningful impact on your life, or reaching the next wave of breakthroughs. Cardiorespiratory fitness, strength, sleep, connection, stress management, all of these things, these give you years now, so you have the chance to capture more later, while of course living a better life now and living a better life later. If you want to stay alive long enough to encounter what's coming, the strategy starts today. Subscribe if you're interested in the topic, and I'll see you in the next episode.